church layperson, member of the congregation, parishioner, unordained person. That's what the definition I got. As far as myself, it started. I consider myself a miracle every time I walk through this door, because God is still working miracles every time I'm able to come down here and come to the door. I'm showing part of what He does and what His miracle work is all about. Amen. But everybody go through their thing, and when I was doing this, I was trying to remember stories and stuff from the Bible. And I remember a long time ago, I was stuck with this one story where the guy, he had heard Jesus was coming into town, and he had an affliction. He had palsy. And, he had believed so much if he get there that, he would be healed. And the story I got that, the place was so crowded that they couldn't get in the front door, so they had to take the roof off. They had to take the roof off for him to get in there. And that story always stuck with me. And once he got in there and Jesus seeing how much he believed, he was healed of his palsy because just of that belief of wanting to get in there so bad just to have him be healed. And I kind of parallel myself with that because I didn't have palsy, but I had a whole lot of other stuff that was going on. Yes. And once I believed that I was healed for my situation, everything, this story came into mind where he said, pick up your bed and you get to walking. Yeah. And so I picked up my bed when I believed that I was healed and I was going to be all right. And I picked my bed up and I walked right up into Golgotha. Amen. And I never looked back. But after that, like I said, I've been here 20 years. And, I sit in the pews and I wonder what my position is in the church. Is going to be, am I going to be a deacon, or I'm going to do this or that? And for a long time, I have no idea because, I'm just glad to be here. I'm just glad to get in here. But after a while that you sit up here, something's going to happen. That's right. Something's going to happen. You can't sit up in these pews and nothing happens. So whether you want to or you don't want to, when the call comes, you're going to have to answer. So, this is where I answered my call, and I just figured, hey, there's a need to be done in the church, and it's time for me to fill it. And the scripture that I got, I went to Haggai chapter 2, and where it's in verse 3, where it says, who is left among you that saw this house in her first glory, and how do you see it now? I wasn't here when it was in its first glory, but I see it now, and I see there's a lot of work to be done. And, it isn't not in your eyes in comparison of it as is nothing. This church is not nothing to me. It's not, I know it's not. That's why I and my wife started Heavenly Hands Barbecue because, my wife has them heavenly hands that she can cook. And I'm a welder, and I make barbecue grills and do this and that. I made a barbecue grill for the church a while back, and it was just natural that everything came together, and everything was at the right time, and we formed our ministry. But then I went to James chapter 2, 14, 18, where it talks about faith without works. That's it. And right there, it kind of sums up the whole thing. Chapter 2, 14, 18, it says, if a person is hungry, you walk up to him, be cool, be warm, you don't do nothing for him. It goes on down the line. But God says you have a faith small as a mustard seed. Hey, so it takes that much faith to get up and do what you got to do. And that's what I go on, and that's what I believe in. And the bottom line is, I know that our church is meant to do stuff for us, but you know what? It's a time when we got to stop asking the church, you know, what it can do for us, but what we can do for our church. And in the best capacity that you can for your church.
Amen.